minutes to give an opening statement. While small companies are at the forefront of technological innovation and job creation, they often face significant obstacles in obtaining funding in the capital markets. These obstacles are often attributable to the one-size-fits-all securities regulations intended for large public companies place on small companies when they seek to go public. Signed into law on April 5 of 2012, the bipartisan Jumpstart Our Business Startups Act, popularly known as the Jobs Act, consists of 6 bills that originated here in the House Financial Services Committee to help small companies gain access to capital markets by lifting burdensome securities regulation. By helping small companies obtain funding, the Jobs Act has facilitated economic growth and job creation. Additionally, the Jobs Act has fundamentally changed how the Securities and Exchange Commission approaches securities regulation. The SEC Commissioner Michael Pivovar described how the Jobs Act has changed the SEC's mission this way, and I quote, "The Jobs Act requires the Commission to think of capital formation and investor protection in fundamentally different ways than we have in the past. The crowdfunding provision of the Jobs Act forces us to think outside of our historical securities regulation box and to create a different paradigm that one we have used for the past 8 decades." End quote. The Bipartisan Jobs Act was an attempt to remedy the SEC's inaction on capital formation, and even President Obama called the law a, quote, game changer for entrepreneurs and capital formation. Regrettably, though, the implementation of the Jobs Act by the SEC languished under the chairmanship of both Mayor Shapiro and Mary Jo White. By failing to fulfill its important part of its mandated mission, the SEC is hurting small businesses, impeding economic growth, and hindering the creation of new jobs. It's extremely troubling to me that the SEC seems more intent on pursuing highly politicized regulatory undertakings outside of its core mission. Instead of working to protect investors, maintain fair and orderly and efficient markets, as well as to helping to facilitate capital formation, the SEC has been more focused on exerting societal pressure on public companies to change their behavior through disclosure rules, such as the conflict minerals and pay ratio rules, etc. It's time to refocus the SEC to advance a broader capital formation agenda. Let's continue to build upon the successes of the Bipartisan Jobs Act by further modernizing our nation's securities regulatory structure to ensure a free flow of capital, job creation, and economic growth. It's time to get the federal government working to support innovation and reward hardworking Americans. And I yield back the balance of my time. The Chair now recognizes the ranking member of the